is that when it is driven by externals, externals are temporary. Get a new car. You like that new car smell. Like that new car drive. Like that new car ride, but 5 years down the road, you still making payments, and now you still got to buy a battery. Still making payments. Now you got to put new tires on that sucker. It don't smell new anymore. Because what? Externals change. Get a new house, you still got to clean it. Get a new boo. Eventually you get tired of them too. Externals change. He was fine a year and 3 months ago. Now you talking about, girl, 2 of his teeth missing. He limping across here. I wish he would limp on out the door. No, this the same joker you were talking about. Woo, the Lord has brought my Boaz. Woo, I had just been praying, and you should have seen, baby, when he came, I knew it was him. Now you talking, I wish him and his brother would go on and move to another state. God said, no, I want to give you some joy. Joy is not governed by the external. Joy is driven by what's happening internally. Joy is driven by the eternal internal. Joy is generated by what God is doing on the inside. When you got joy, it don't matter what people say. When you got joy, it doesn't matter what people do. When you got joy, it don't matter how they treat you. You can look at them, smile, and just be like, God bless you. When you got joy, it don't matter how much money you got in the bank. It don't matter what your boss did. It don't matter what's happening on your job, or even if you got a job. Joy is internally generated. Isaiah 61:3, he calls it the oil of joy. Nehemiah said the joy of the Lord is our strength. The joy of the Lord, that's what will carry you through. In his presence, there is fullness of joy. You get in the presence of God, there's fullness of joy there. Isaiah calls it the oil of joy. Oil and joy have properties in common. That oil is a lubricant. That oil helps ease the friction when things are grinding one against the other. There was a car in front of us the other day, and it was smoking, and it was leaving a black cloud of smoke everywhere it went. You couldn't even see how to drive for the black cloud. And I said, that car is burning up. It needs some oil. Because what's happened when you have a car and it doesn't have oil, the pistons begin to lock up. And when the pistons lock up, there's no movement. And when there's no movement, there is no power. And there's a lot of us who are in trouble because we needed an oil change. We failed to look at the oil indicator and realize our oil was running low. Look at your neighbor, say, I need an oil change. Don't tell your neighbor they need one. Say, I need an oil change. I need an oil change so I don't leave a black cloud everywhere I go. I need an oil change so I don't leave a stench everywhere I go. I need an oil change so that there's movement. And where there's movement, there's power. It'll ease the friction. It'll cause the hinges to move back. Look at your neighbor, say, no oil, no movement. No movement, no power. We need the oil of joy. We need the oil of God. Y'all know what it's like. We getting ready to go home. It's time to eat. What do you do when you get ready to fry? Get that skillet. What do you pour? You're going to fry some chicken, you're going to need some. You're going to fry some fish, you're going to need some. You're going to fry some vegetables, you're going to need some. You're going to fry some bacon, you need some. No. No, I know exactly where I'm going. You don't need no oil when you fry bacon, because what? Bacon has its own oil. I want you to look over at somebody and say, be like bacon, baby. Every time the heat is applied, you just produce your own oil. You just produce your own oil and become what you were meant